So, here I am again. I'm recording after 30 million years. And the reason it's taken 30 million years is because I have been getting really invested into space again. And so I'm going to ditch the racetrack idea and instead I'm going to build a model solar system. And I don't really know how good it's going to be given the blocks available, but I'll do my best. And so I'm just building the alleyway where I'm going to show this off. And so I'm going to start with the sun. Which of course is going to be made out of sponge, because that's is the sun being can I talk? Being traditionally portrayed as being yellow, and this is the only yellow block we have right now since sand isn't accessible. Do 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 do. You know, I'm actually going to make this a bit bigger. Just remembering that one time Yahoo said the N-word. And I'm gonna actually show myself building this, but I'm actually going to put on some music while I do so that it doesn't become too boring. Oh, sorry.
Come follow me. I'll show you the side of the world, the places that you've never seen. Come follow me. Come follow me. I'll show you the side of yourself, the person that you've always been, but never dreamed.
So, now we have the entire thing finished. I think that took a little bit longer than anticipated since I did have to rebuild the sun and I was struggling on which music to choose. Because I literally record these, like, I put music on and I record the building session. Sort of as if it's a stream, but not really since it's not a stream. But anyway, here is the solar system. And there's actually a planet I forgot to add in. Because Planet 9 we're pretty sure exists, and so like it works with models of the solar system's formation. It explains why some of these are in weird orbits. And so yeah, I've added not only all of the main planets, but also all of the satellite planets and dwarf planets as well. And like, I don't get why people say the satellite planets aren't planets, because they're planets. Like, why does a planet need to orbit the sun? That rules out exoplanets as well. And if you say orbit stars, then what's a brown dwarf? Does a brown dwarf have planets or moons? Whoa. Why am I fast? What? Why am I fast? I swear I was going faster for a second there. Like my jump was faster. Anyway, now I'm going to do that racetrack a bit. So I'll see you when I'm done doing that. So base racetrack finished. I'd imagine this is like bike racing or something, and that's why it's so narrow. Also, I have a problem with the word expect. It's that it seems to have two different meanings based on context. The first meaning is what a parent means when they say they expect you to do something, not which is like how they sort of want you to behave, which would be good behavior. And the second is like, realistically, what do you think will happen? And it's sort of annoying. But anyway, the base layout of the racetrack is finished, and I feel like once I decorate the racetrack, that will be most of the city area completed. At least for 19A stuff. I plan to go to whatever the next version will be after I've reasonably filled out the rest of the lower city area. And so I'm gonna start making like Mario Kart style racetrack boundaries. A space game I'm interested in, that I'm more interested in complaining about than the other one, is Starbound. Now, I am willing to hand out spoilers for Starbound, so unlike with the other game, so just skip ahead to when I build the giant upside down Y out of sponge if you don't want to hear Starbound spoilers. So Starbound is boring. There are like 5 planet types. There are like 8 planet types rather, and it's just like there's like not really any variation between different planets of the same type. Like I get there's like the sub-biomes and all, but like that's not really what I mean. Every volcanic planet is going to have the same sort of volcanic style as its main biome. Like, in our solar system, the 2 planets we have that could be classified as heavily volcanic, really there are quite a few. There's well, there are there are actually 3 of these planets. There is Venus, which is probably what most hell-like planets are sort of more inspired by. There's Io, which is the stinky, airless volcanic world, which is already rather different. And the third one is actually Earth, because Earth is one of the most geologically active objects in the solar system. And it's the only one to have a very certain type of geologic activity called plate tectonics, which causes volcanoes and earthquakes and stuff to happen a lot more around certain areas. It doesn't quite fit the cliche volcanic planet style, but I thought it would at least be good to include. And next up is the ice planets. There is and this is where Starbound just gets plain inaccurate. Starbound's ice planet is literally just Earth's cold environments. That's not what an ice planet is. Like, look at Pluto, compare it to Europa, then compare that to Titan, then compare that to Ceres. Okay, maybe not Ceres, but like Callisto. Those are all balls of ice, but they are very different balls of ice. And like, all of Starbound's planets have life on them, like, except maybe like 2 types, which just sort of shows sci-fi's over-reliance on life to make environments interesting. Like, if people are... Like, if people are, like, I don't know what to say here. And, like, while, yeah, most of the planets in the solar system are the samey sort of balls of ice, there are a couple rather interesting ones, even within the balls of ice category. And that's not even to mention the 3 million types they just mapped to Earth biomes. Like, go play Minecraft or Terraria then if you just want Earth biomes. There's so much potential for space, yet they just don't go anywhere with it. Which is so weird. Like, let's take a random planet in our solar system. That's Sedna. Okay, it is a ball of ice, but it is a reddish ball of ice, which has this really long orbit that takes it really far away from the sun, and so it's like very dark. Is the thing. It is very dark. Let's take another random planet. Neptune. Now let's actually go over types of planets in Starbound. They have their desert planets, but then the actual desert planets are called barren planets, and the actual barren planets are like lunar, and they have weird ghosts on them. Like, I get maybe you wanted to make the atmosphereless planet a little more interesting, but like and you have magic in your settings, so, but like a spooky ass ghost ain't gonna do that much of that. And not to mention the whole plot about you being Space Jesus or Jesus, or how there aren't really any areas with higher concentrations of the of any of the alien races, or how one of them is completely missing from the lore. Wow, there's a lot of gripes I have with Starbound. But Starbound aside, this racetrack is done. It looks pretty good. I'll add more to it later. And so this is for like bike racing, which is why it's so narrow. There's like, you can see you can have like two or three people like race on bikes. And now, I did a lot of building this episode. Maybe not as much as previous episodes, but I am at least filling out the city area quite a bit. Also, this is my friend's survival test base, which I sort of had to build around. So this is a die. To roll the die, this sapling is 1, this sapling is 2, this sapling is 3, this dirt is 1, this dirt is 2, this dirt is 3. You simply do this. And immediately we... Oh wow, that is a very glitched block preview. But I think this one just disappeared here, so it's 2 on the sapling, so it's 2 total. And then, so to reset it, we just place the saplings back and also wait for the grass to grow back. It's probably... somewhat useful to build a few of these so that once you finish rolling one, you can just roll the rest and you don't have to wait for the first one to sort of recharge. And so let's do another roll. This time I rolled a 1. Wait, do the saplings are easier to despawn than the dirt? Huh. Maybe I'll need to make it twice as long and just use the saplings. Huh. I mean, it worked in principle, so you gotta give me that. One of my favorite things about this building in this world is just how sometimes I can just build things in random places, like the 14A garden is the biggest example of this, because I just wanted to do the 14A upgrade sequence in a cool way, and so I just stuck a hole in the ground here. And then later, as I was building the mountain, I decided to turn it into a cool garden. So I did deliver on my promise for a racetrack, but I also added a solar system thing, and you can sort of tell I'm getting a little bored of the whole city vibe of this, and I want to branch out and do some other cool stuff in this world. And yeah, we really only have detailing the racetrack, and then we have like this small area. So I guess I haven't set my respawn point in the house. Let me fix that. Just casually breaks my window. So, bye.